sets, admittedly wrong, deliberately simple, which have nothing to do with the reality of today, well, I am convinced that we will not get much further in our research. We need a consistent baseline, a consistent standard for testing intrusion detection systems. Because if we don't know how to say if an intrusion detection system is better than another, how are we going to say if our new idea for an intrusion detection system is better than the idea we had yesterday? So thank you very much for your attention. You have been very patient to bear with me. I'm not at peak of my well-being today. I'm jet lagged and feeling a bit ill. But thank you very much for bearing with me. And if you've got any question, I'm here to answer you. Thanks. Thank you. Yes, please. Yeah, that's one of the big issues. I cannot really answer that question because currently it's implemented in Perl, so performance is very much not of note. Usually, Markovian type algorithms are just multiplications at runtime, so it's very fast. Training is a bit complex because there's all the clustering type and so on, but the decision at runtime, which is what really matters in terms of performance, can be performed quite quickly. Yes, please. Mm-hmm. It will fly below this radar. It will fly below this radar. If, I repeat the question, if someone writes shellcode that does not actually execute a system call, this was the question. Of course, since I'm just tracking system calls, that will be below the level I'm looking at. It's exactly the discussion I was making, the point I was making before. If you have an attack which shows up in variables you are not looking for, you don't see it. Yes?
So what is the amount of data that we need to characterize the system, not only with the traces of this involved, but including the parameters? What is the smallest string that you can use, or the smallest number of sequences?
The question is about the dimension of the training data. Actually, obviously, you can't really characterize very short sequences of system calls. Because if they are very short, either they are fixed, and then you will have just one probability, or you will just end up with a very confused Markovian model, which does not tell you very much. Regarding the number of execution instances of the programs, that's one of the issues, actually, with current training sets for IDS evaluation. They have too few executions. For example, for some programs in the DARPA evaluation dataset, there's like 20 executions. 20 runs are not enough. Another problem is that if you want to automatically generate data for this type of evaluation, so if I'm just a researcher, I don't have a network, so I don't test it on a real-life network, I need to generate automatically data. If my scripts generating the data, the scripts that emulate the interaction of users are too simple, I will always follow some fixed path of system calls. So in a real-life situation, this will not be true. And this is an issue which is currently very present in the literature of my research area. If you look at the literature of IDS research, I would like you to pay attention to how the traces were generated for various evaluations, because that's pretty much the point of the problem. Well, thank you again for your attention.